Christmas is a large expense for all of us, and going into debt in January and feeling that guilt and overwhelm doesn't have to be the case. And today we're going to talk about how you can start saving for Christmas today to make December actually fun and joyful and not just a time of putting things on your credit card. Do not need these. Oh yeah. Before I get started, go ahead and like this video, subscribe to this channel so that you get notified every time I create new videos all around money, budgeting, reaching our goals, and just living our best life. Here we are at the end of June, and Christmas is only 6 months away. And I know for those of you that are living in the moment and having fun right now, right? You're thinking, Christmas is a really long ways. Take a chill pill, we got time. But what happens is we just keep postponing saving for Christmas, and next thing you know, it's November and all of our paychecks are being 100% dedicated to presents and extra groceries and happy hours with friends and colleagues. And that is what I want you to avoid, because the best part about Christmas is we get extra time off with our friends and family. We get to enjoy the people that we love most. Right around the corner we have New Year's, which is my favorite because it's a fresh start and we get to truly start thinking about what are our goals for this year and what do we want to do to be our better versions of ourselves, right? And you want to go into that thinking and that planning without debt of Christmas and as credit cards and do I do minimum payments or do we just try to get by? And I have a birthday in January, so I'm sure my partner Derek is like, and we have to pay for this too. And so let's plan a little bit ahead for Christmas so that you don't have to worry about all of that stress and that muck, and you can actually enjoy the holidays and it can be what it's supposed to be about, instead of just trying to buy things, hurry up, it's on sale, and people actually don't even want those things. So let's do a little bit of planning and let's make it the best time of the year. Okay, so the first thing that you're going to want to do is you're going to want to make sure you have your budget. This should be something that includes all of the expenses that you have for Christmas. So is it wrapping paper? Is it gifts for certain people? Are you buying extra groceries? Do you host people? Think of all the areas of your spending and think about how much money you need for each of those items. It could be useful if you went back and looked at credit card statements or bank statements from last year to see how much maybe you spent, but last year was potentially a different year for a lot of people, and so you might not get your true spending. And so take a dive and look at all the people that you want to buy presents for, how much each of that costs, look at your resources on hand. Do you need to buy wrapping paper, tape, boxes, all of that stuff? And then just think about, okay, if we were to go to a couple of dinners with friends and maybe host one party, how much would that cost? So you can get a really good idea of how much money you should be saving for. Mint.com notes that in 2019, the average money spent on presents alone was over $900. And that is enough money to throw your budget out of whack and your finances. If someone was just to come up to you today and say, hey, can I have $900? Would you have the money for that? And that is basically what we set ourselves up for Christmas every single year. And so by saving a little bit of money ahead of time, by planning out who we need to buy presents for, how much money we want to spend, we're able to actually avoid that situation altogether. So I like to call them mini budgets, and basically what it is, it's going to be Christmas broken down so you know exactly how much money you have to spend in each of the different categories, and you know how much you need to have for Christmas as a whole. Jingle all the way. Woo! All right, so we have our budget. We know how much money we want to spend on Christmas, and we know we have 6 months until Christmas is happening. And so we divide that big total number by 6 to figure out how much money we should be saving per month for Christmas, and that is our sinking fund. So a sinking fund is just an item that you're saving money for a little bit at a time to get to the bigger purchase. So if you want to think about it like a vacation, you're saving money over time to go on a trip, or maybe you want to buy a new fancy watch or some fancy running shoes, or you want to put a deck on at your house, right? Whatever the item is, the bigger item that you're not just going to swipe your card at once. Maybe you need a little bit of time to prepare for that. You want to save over time, and then you can buy that thing outright, put it on your credit card, pay it off right away, or just pay for it in cash. That is your sinking fund, which is what Christmas should be. It should be a year-around sinking fund that December 26th or January 1, you start saving for Christmas right away, because the longer that we have to save for Christmas, the longer that we have for these sinking funds, the less amount of money that you actually need to save per month. And so if you have a $1,000 Christmas and if you start saving in November, you have to save $500 a month, right? Versus if you were to save it starting in the beginning of January, you have to save so much less per month. And so sinking funds are really crucial. They are my favorite thing in my budget. I have a sinking fund for literally everything. The Minnesota State Fair, I have one for twins home opener, I have them for vacation, I have them for date nights, just money that you know is sitting there for a very specific thing so that when you're ready for that thing, you can buy that thing. Okay, enough about the tangent. Christmas sinking fund. So figure out how much money you need in total. That's what our budget was for, our mini budget that we just created. Divide that by 6. That's how much money you need to start saving. So look in your budget and see, okay, let's say you said you needed to start saving $300 a month. Do you have $300 a month currently in your budget that you can start saving for? If you don't, you're going to need to move some things around. Maybe you lessen a few different categories, a little bit less in restaurants, a little bit less in clothing, a little bit less in whatever the things are that you have in your budget, just so that you have that $300 for Christmas. Because whether you lessen the money right now or you put it on a credit card later, it's the exact same thing, except you don't go into debt if you start lessening it now, right? And so you're going to want to get a little bit proactive. And if you figure out that $300 a month just isn't affordable, that's okay too. Go back and look at your Christmas budget and say, okay, what did I save money for? And are there some things that I can either cut out or I can reduce spending a little bit? That way I can save a little bit less every single month. And so set up your Christmas sinking fund, start saving for today, and realize that you're doing this so that you can go on happy hours and drink all the eggnog and enjoy that holiday season without having to cut all of your extra money out of those paychecks that time of the year. Okay, and the third thing that you're going to want to do is keeping your eye out for deals year-round, and if not year-round, definitely the last part of the year, right? So if you know that you wanted to get your mom this new watch or this jacket that she's been eyeing up, see if it goes on sale. See if there's a 20% coupon at the store or if that item specifically is on sale, and let's buy it sooner in the year, especially if you have your sinking fund going. You can afford to buy it sooner in the year besides just at Christmas, and then just pack it away, cross mom off the list, and you know that you got that one done. Same if you have other friends that you're not maybe buying a specific thing for, but you always kind of do like a similar, like maybe with your girlfriends, you buy some lotions or some makeup products, or, if Ulta's having a big Black Friday thing, then you can buy it there. Or if you're going to have a back to school special somewhere, you can buy it there. But just having a little bit of a plan so that you know who you're buying presents for, and you're not just buying because you're like, oh, I need to buy this person this thing, and oh, I forgot about this person. Because that's when we just start buying things and it feels icky because these people don't even want these things sometimes. And so let's be intentional. If you run into somebody that you maybe forgot about, that's totally okay. You can make room for it. It's not the end of the world. But don't just buy things for people just to buy things. So that helps when the first part of it, when you're creating your budget, to know who you're buying for and what kind of thing you maybe want to buy for them, or the budget that you're spending on them. And then throughout the year, if you see something that really resonates for you with thinking of that person, if you're like, oh my God, Sally would truly love this, I need to get this for her, buy it then, save it for Christmas, and you know that you're getting her a gift that she's gonna truly love. So that's how you can kind of help with saving money on presents, by looking out for deals throughout the year, knowing exactly who you're buying them for. All right, so now is the time to start saving for Christmas. Don't forget, set up your sinking fund right now and just start stacking some money away. Maybe you can't afford to put a lot of money aside, but anything will help alleviate kind of the stress and the woes of the holiday season if you're not prepared. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you again for listening today. It's been so much fun here with Money Gal Coaching, where we talk about all things budgets, money, planning, reaching our goals, and just living our best lives. Thanks again, take care, and we'll see you next week. Oh my gosh, I love Christmas so much. I want some eggnog that is spiked right now. Jingle all the way.